Homage to the fundamental teacher, Buddha Shakyamuni. Homage to Manjushri. Homage to all the lineage benevolent masters. Profound and subtle Dharma is rarely encountered in eons. Now we hear and follow it, may we realize the Tathagata's meaning. To liberate beings, please generate sincere bodhicitta before we begin teaching today. Earlier, we already discussed with everyone here that today we will mainly talk about the sacred mantra of Guru Padmasambhava, the profound merits of the powerful mantra, or, in other words, some of its wonderful benefits. Why are we talking about this particular topic? I truly believe that no matter who you are, whether you have diligently studied Buddhism for 10, 20, or even 30 years, whether you are a long-time Buddhist practitioner, or for someone who has just recently started learning about Buddhism and has taken refuge in its teachings, it is extremely important to regularly practice the teachings of Guru Padmasambhava. So a couple of days ago, I decided that today I would spend about an hour or less than an hour to share this Dharma teaching with everyone. Earlier this afternoon, I took a look, and indeed, the circumstances are very auspicious. Today happens to be the Tsok offering day of Guru Padmasambhava, the 10th day of the 4th month in the Tibetan calendar. This auspicious coincidence was not deliberately arranged here, but it actually came about quite naturally, as you may also already indeed know. According to the sacred biography of Guru Padmasambhava, the revered master, every month Guru Padmasambhava performed different miraculous activities, as well as displayed his unique and rare qualities and enlightened activities. For example, on the first day of the 4th Tibetan month, the king of Odiyana tried to burn Guru Padmasambhava and Mandarava, the Dakini at that time, by setting them completely on fire. However, after a period of 7 full days, they were not burned to death, and instead the vast sea of raging fire was miraculously transformed into a beautiful lake of lotuses. That is why we often refer to Guru Padmasambhava of Odiyana when we recite the 7-line prayer. Here, it also mentions the revered Guru Padmasambhava, who hailed from the ancient land of Odiyana. In fact, Guru Padmasambhava of Odiyana appeared in this way. Therefore, I think today's festival was not specially arranged, but is a truly naturally arisen circumstance. I also very sincerely hope that today, indeed, whether you are attending the class in person or listening from different places around the world, we all share this common aspiration. To pray to Guru Padmasambhava at this moment should be considered, for all humanity, this is indeed the most profoundly significant event. If people all over the world, with one unified voice and with single-minded, unwavering devotion, were to pray together in unison, or frequently recite the sacred name of Guru Padmasambhava with deep reverence and heartfelt sincerity, then many natural and man-made disasters frequently occur around the world. All kinds of calamities will also be eliminated. For individuals, for one's own personal spiritual practice, for one's own professional career, and within one's own family unit, various obstacles and all negative influences will also be completely dispelled. Unless it is an extremely severe and truly critical situation, apart from irreversible karma from your previous lives, by relying on the unique power of Guru Padmasambhava, his great compassion, the power of his aspirations, and his extraordinary blessings, all obstacles will definitely be removed. So I think everyone present here, those who met His Holiness Jigme Phuntsok Rinpoche before, should remember that His Holiness Jigme Phuntsok often cited 2 scriptural proofs. One is from a very famous great master in Old Tibet named Kathok Duda. What did he say? He said that the other 8 vehicles are like faint light. In these degenerate and challenging times, Dzogchen, the great perfection, is like moonlight, can completely and utterly dispel all the pervasive darkness of this degenerate and truly evil age. He also said this particular statement. Many of us think, and Buddhists say, that the Dharma-ending age is becoming more and more degenerate. Sentient beings are becoming more stubborn and pitiable. Afflictions are getting heavier. That's how it is. But at this time, the only thing we can do is to pray to Guru Padmasambhava. Only then can we dispel many obstacles within our own mind streams. There's another quote that His Holiness often cites. which is from the great and renowned master Karma Wangpo, who was also the highly revered guru of Toga Rinpoche, and Toga Rinpoche was the deeply respected guru of His Holiness's own root teacher. He said this. He said, as long as you single-pointedly, if you pray to Guru Padmasambhava, you will absolutely not be swayed or affected by any obstacles or malevolent demons, and you will absolutely not be controlled or manipulated by them in any way. Speaking for myself, ever since I was a young child, I have always felt a strong sense of independence and autonomy. I have had an especially strong faith in Guru Padmasambhava. This fundamental truth has never changed, and I can confidently say that with a singular focus and unwavering conviction, I have completely entrusted everything about myself, including my deepest thoughts and aspirations, to Guru Rinpoche, relying on him for everything. I suppose you could call me this kind of Buddhist. I also hope that those listening to my teaching today, whether you study the exoteric or esoteric traditions, should, from this moment onwards, develop a truly unique and profound kind of unwavering faith in Guru Padmasambhava. You should have an uncommon faith in him. From my own personal observations, for example, among some of the esteemed Dharma teachers within our institute, those individuals who possess an especially strong and deeply devoted faith in the revered Guru Padmasambhava, their practice basically never encounters any truly significant major obstacles at all. They are able to begin and complete things very well. In this regard, if you feel that you truly want your own practice to be fully accomplished, or if you truly want everything in your life to go smoothly and effortlessly, I think both now and in the foreseeable future, praying to Guru Padmasambhava is extremely, indeed, extremely important. You could certainly say that through many, many years of personal experience, now that my life has truly reached this particular point, I certainly can't claim to have an especially rich life experience, but I have still accumulated and gained some insights. At this stage, I have come to realize that indeed praying to Guru Rinpoche is very important. A very few people might think, I study the Sutrayana, not the Vajrayana. Maybe this is a special practice unique to Vajrayana Buddhism. But I think this kind of thinking isn't very reasonable. For example, let's say we clearly know that we are seriously ill patients, but when it comes to what kind of medicine to rely on for our illness, whether it's traditional Chinese or Western medicine, as long as there's medicine that can cure your illness, I don't think we are in a position to say, I absolutely won't take this medicine. Even though this medicine is quite effective, I still choose to reject it. I genuinely think this is a rather foolish act on my part. Of course, among some of you, actually, I don't have much faith in Guru Rinpoche either. If you don't pray to Guru Rinpoche or recite his mantras, that's not something to be forced. After all, faith is a personal freedom. Besides, there's no need for us, nor for me. I have no personal relationship with Padmasambhava, nor does he with me. Padmasambhava has never sent me any message saying, today you must promote me. If you do a truly exceptional job promoting me, then in the foreseeable future, I might seriously consider making you the esteemed general manager of our entire company. However, it is important to clarify that there is absolutely no such personal or informal relationship between us. But personally, I believe that in this degenerate age, many sentient beings are indeed very pitiable. Some people do not pay much attention to the objects of their fervent prayers or the sacred places they truly rely on. So, I sincerely hope that in the near future, if you have the opportunity to do so, then by all means, of course, in your very own personal shrine, including perhaps in a little while from now, there will be a small Buddha statue, right? Is there another one? There are indeed beautiful pendants. I previously crafted a small, intricate pendant. And then, in just a little while, maybe we'll hand one out to everyone at the door. As for the Dharma friends listening online, there's nothing we can do about that. You all shouldn't applaud like this, or they'll feel even more left out. Back in 1987, His Holiness Jigme Phuntsok Rinpoche made a statue of Guru Rinpoche at Wutai Mountain. From this auspicious beginning, Vajrayana Buddhism once again flourished in the Han region, and not just Vajrayana, but the entire Dharma. I truly feel this is a special, auspicious connection. Some people mentioned a while ago that this statue should be replaced or moved to another place. I said I still hope it should remain there. Originally, it was a clay statue. If the quality really isn't good enough, then we can repair it and make it better at that time. If the monastery truly insists on moving it, as devout Buddhists, we most definitely do not agree with that. If they keep it exactly as it is, of course, that is perfectly acceptable. But if they truly insist on moving it by other available means, and if we have absolutely no other viable options, we can certainly use Weibo to call on everyone for their much needed support. That is most definitely possible. Because this was more than 20 years ago. At that time, some things were very precious, including some of the sacred objects placed inside the statue. All of these, everyone contributed together in this significant way, so the relevant departments should not move it to another location or place. If it is indeed moved elsewhere, we will most definitely call upon everyone to work together and make a concerted joint effort. It's not that we're saying things are like that now, at this very moment in time. Right now, there's definitely no need. We also hope that if there's nothing wrong, don't stir up trouble. But if there really are some individuals with their own ideas, if certain influential leaders or specific individuals simply can't accept it, or if they actively try to change it by other significant means, this does not conform to history nor to policy. At that particular time, all of our relevant and necessary procedures had already been completely finalized. Originally, it was just a small, humble Buddha statue, and we wouldn't have minded. Anything would have been fine. But for those items with special significance and truly exceptional value, we must consider them carefully. Those with special historical meaning, I truly think that you cannot just casually move them based solely on the ideas of a select few individuals. Therefore, what I have just said is that today, perhaps later on, if you happen to receive it, it is this very statue. When I went there before, I also especially felt that there should be a kind of karmic connection. In the future, when it's convenient for you, whether it's in your very own home or in a sacred shrine, it's best to have some images of Guru Rinpoche. Images of Guru Rinpoche can truly be found almost everywhere. If I say it like this, many people who sell Guru Rinpoche statues will be extremely happy today. They'll probably start making them tomorrow. We have quite a strong capacity here, but that's perfectly fine too. They can certainly make them, but the price really shouldn't be too high. In the future, everyone must have the protection of Guru Rinpoche. This is very important, and it is something to consider. It seems like last year, sometime, probably around August 2009, I translated a text of Guru Rinpoche's, a term revealed by Karma Lingpa. It seems that many of our Dharma friends didn't pay much attention to it, but at the time, I felt it was very important. At that time, Dakini Yeshe Tsogyal asked, in this degenerate age, with all kinds of plagues, diseases, and wars occurring, and in the future, during the degenerate times, all sorts of obstacles and demons will run rampant. What to do at this time? Then Guru Padmasambhava said, although I have a lot of hidden treasures, some are hidden in the sea, some are hidden in the rocks, some are hidden in the void, some are hidden in the mountains. But these hidden treasures, except for a very select few disciples who are truly predestined, it simply cannot be promoted very widely. However, the singular and revered Guru Padmasambhava's heart mantra, everyone can easily recite this powerful mantra. The immense merit and profound power of this mantra are truly extremely great. Then it specifically talks about the merits of this mantra. For example, if we recite the sacred mantra and recite it at least 100 times every single day, our food and wealth will naturally be obtained without effort. The people we truly like also won't abandon us easily, and so on. I seem to remember something like this, though I haven't looked at it recently. Nowadays, many people say their family situation isn't good. When the time comes, many people's thoughts and their actual actions can't be consistent. As for Guru Padmasambhava, I think this kind of person, for example, who unfortunately cannot acquire sufficient food or financial resources, or those who are unable to obtain the beloved people or cherished things they deeply desire, people who suffer from the pain of unfulfilled desires, should often recite the heart mantra of Guru Padmasambhava. If you recite the heart mantra of Guru Padmasambhava from 1 million to 10 million times, then you will truly gain real power indeed. And all the spirits and deities in the three realms can all be brought under control. This is very important. Nowadays, some people are indeed quite afraid of demonic obstacles and so on. So I also hope that among our Bodhi Academy, recently, perhaps a very few individuals have already completed the entire 5 preliminary practices. After finishing the 5 preliminary practices, according to the tradition of the previous masters, everyone would recite Guru Padmasambhava's mantra more frequently, at least more than 10 million times. But now, in this degenerate age, many people are extremely busy, and it is quite difficult. But no matter what, you shouldn't think that Just because I've finished the preliminary practices, I can do anything and then leave the Bodhi Academy running here and there. Nowadays, many people have become wandering lay practitioners who are always running around everywhere. This may really not be a very good thing. Of course, I'm not opposed to it either. You can go wherever you want, but if you withdraw from the study group, then in the future, you absolutely won't be able to attend any of the Vajrayana courses. What I told you 6 years ago, basically, every single thing has already come completely true. It's still precisely the same now. A very few people have already successfully completed the 5 preliminary practices and don't attend any of the courses anymore, thinking very highly of themselves. I've heard that a few individuals in the Bodhi Academy have already withdrawn. If they've withdrawn, we don't count them anymore. But for those of us who remain in the study group regarding the main classes, some people focus specifically on studying the 5 great treatises. Some people focus on studying the mind training teachings, mainly Pure Land practice, and some people focus mainly on studying Vajrayana teachings. For the Vajrayana group, it's mandatory to complete the 5 preliminary practices. After completing the 5 preliminaries, we will have some Vajrayana courses in the future. Recently, we've also been discussing continuously what to do after next year and what specific things to do the year after that. We've always been diligently working on our comprehensive 12th 5-year plan. We also have detailed 5-year plans, ambitious 6-year plans, and so on. We've been thinking about this all along, so if these people want to go forward, the day before yesterday, during our seminar, a lay practitioner made a really good point. He himself, whether it's about the Vajrayana lineage, we ourselves consider ourselves to be, on one hand, we in the exoteric tradition do not reject any of the exoteric schools. We feel that we are all one family. But on the other hand, we also can't deny that we are still Vajrayana practitioners, especially when it comes to encountering the unsurpassed Dzogchen. It's not something that's very easy. Whether you choose to study it or not is your own decision. But if you do want to study, then there may be certain requirements on our side. For example, before you have completed the 500,000 preliminary practices, the profound teachings that we transmit, at that time, you won't be given permission or an access number. Even if you want to listen, there will be no way for you to do so. Moreover, all of my future Vajrayana courses will be taught exclusively within the esteemed Bodhi Academy, a dedicated spiritual community. As for other teachings, except for some special cases in our institute at the time, where certain decisions were made here under special circumstances, but even within the institute, if you haven't completed the preliminary practices, the teachings will not be given. Therefore, if you haven't finished the preliminary practices, you should complete them. Sometimes it's been more than 10 years, and there are people who haven't finished the preliminary practices. I don't know what kind of Buddhists these people become. Some barely finished, but as I've always said, you should recite the Guru Rinpoche mantra more often. Guru Yoga must be practiced long-term. Yesterday, I heard that there are some lay practitioners who truly have great faith in Vajrayana teachings. In fact, we should have faith in Vajrayana. Our lack of faith in Vajrayana is actually a kind of ignorance on our part. I feel there is no reason for it at all. Look at how many Vajrayana texts we have in Tibet. If you study them, you can't help but believe. For example, some university professors in the United States, their faith in Vajrayana is indeed, they have been studying for over 40 years, over 60 years, over 50 years, maybe not over 60 years, but I've heard of people with over 50 years. There are also those with over 50 years and over 40 years. Some have over 20 years as well. There are so many, truly a great many. I think some of us may still not believe. Indeed, when it comes to faith and other significant aspects, I truly want to talk about this particular topic here as well. I hope everyone will recite the mantra of Guru Padmasambhava. The merit is truly immense. And this is also mentioned in the text on merit. For example, if we recite between 30 million and 70 million times, then all the Buddhas of the 10 directions will constantly protect you at all times. And all the Dharma protectors, the Dakinis and the Yidam deities will never leave you. Therefore, for ourselves, it is important to recite the mantra of Guru Padmasambhava as much as possible. Don't think, I'm already doing pretty well. Or, I've already attained realization. That probably won't do. I once read the biography of the Venerable Khenpo Achong. In fact, very many accomplished masters of the Nyingtik tradition require their disciples to recite at least 10 million times. Our Patrul Rinpoche also mentioned this in the words of my perfect teacher. Later, Khenpo Achung's teacher instructed him to recite 30 million times. Then Khenpo Achung, with single-pointed focus, at first combined the recitation with the 7-line prayer, and later on, he continuously recited Guru Rinpoche's mantra for 30 million times, the entire words of my perfect teacher. He recited it all by heart. From then on, his practice became truly accomplished and refined. If we, at the very least, recite the Guru Rinpoche's mantra more than 1 million times, I believe that person's practice and understanding will definitely be stable. If not, in this truly degenerate current modern age, the wild winds of all kinds of afflictions are extremely fierce and will inevitably blow us to all sorts of extreme situations, outcomes, and consequences. This is very likely to happen. Therefore, today, here as well, no matter what particular religion or spiritual path you may practice, the remarkable flourishing of such profound esoteric teachings in Tibet and the diligent preservation of these invaluable teachings within Tibet is unlike anywhere else in the world. Nowadays, in Western countries, many intellectuals in Europe and America widely believe that Tibet is indeed a truly spiritual treasure land. Everyone knows that here there truly exists an intact and complete world spiritual civilization. But there are two significant reasons for this. The very first reason is actually that back in the day, Guru Padmasambhava had 12 earth protecting goddesses safeguard the land, and he also used various terma, hidden treasure, methods to conceal teachings throughout different places in Tibet. At the same time, with a particularly extraordinary blessing power, why is it that nowadays there are so many Tibetan Buddhists? We are not praising ourselves or disparaging others, but this is something that truly must be acknowledged. This point is recognized by Western countries, including some Christians and some Jews. When they talk with us, they also frequently say that Tibetan Buddhism truly possesses an incredible and profound spiritual power, which is inseparable from the aspirations made by Guru Padmasambhava back then. This is indeed a fact. So I think that if we arrogantly think, I don't pray to Guru Padmasambhava, or what is Guru Padmasambhava anyway? If that's your attitude, it may be that you truly lack faith and do not have a strong karmic connection with Buddhism. Very likely, this kind of negative mindset is indeed especially favored by evil spirits and Mara, the demon king, because with this kind of spiritual mindset, you have absolutely no complete protection at all. It's like when we're driving a car and there are no brakes whatsoever. For people like this, Mara, the demon king, can come at any time and cause all sorts of problems in your practice. So in our practice, on one hand, we need to buy insurance. This is truly indeed very, very important. It seems that many people buy medical and retirement insurance, but not many people know about practice insurance. If you practice, there shouldn't be any problem. That's what I think. Why is it that some practitioners in the world are very successful, while some practitioners are not successful? Not only are they not successful, but they actually fail quite badly. In the end, you could say they lose everything and ruin both themselves and others. None of us truly want that to happen. It's not at all easy to be born as a human being. So everyone should also deeply appreciate this precious opportunity. The Guru Rinpoche mantra is not merely the sacred name of Padmasambhava alone as a single deity, and it is also the dharani of all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. It is the vital essence of the 84,000 Dharma methods. If we were to inscribe it upon prayer flags or meticulously carve it onto enduring stones or finely crafted wood, all sentient beings touched by the wind will attain liberation. Even you yourself will not be able to be disturbed or troubled by various malevolent spirits and insidious demons. In fact, that all such spirits and demons will unequivocally stay far away from you, keeping a significant and considerable distance. Even for myself, if I happen to have a slightly frightening or unsettling dream and then go out at night, and there is something dark ahead of me, I will again supplicate Guru Padmasambhava, reciting and in that moment, whether in terms of my personal feeling or my inner strength, I have truly and genuinely had this particular habit since I was quite young. In fact, it truly does possess its own inherent and profound power and remarkable efficacy. Therefore, today I especially and earnestly hope that people from all corners of the world, from every nation and every land, can collectively call out with a deep, heartfelt and overwhelming sense of profound sorrow, much like vulnerable and abandoned orphans, crying out the names of their beloved and cherished parents. We sentient beings living in this profoundly degenerate and increasingly challenging age find ourselves in such desolate, remote, and truly uninhabited places where all kinds of fierce, dangerous, and ravenous wild beasts of the end times are rampantly roaming and relentlessly attacking. At this particular time, with especially sincere and devoted faith, we should frequently pray to Guru Padmasambhava, respectfully pay homage, make meaningful offerings, and wholeheartedly take refuge in Guru Padmasambhava, even if you only recite the heart mantra a certain number of times each day. It is truly best that when we eventually die, if we wear Guru Rinpoche's profound heart mantra on our physical body, and it is then burned together with the corpse, with beautiful rainbows swirling all around us, it is certain that we will be reborn in the pure land of Amitabha. All of these are Vajra words. So I think many of us must if you are not a Buddhist. If you do not believe in these things, then there is nothing that can be done. People have all kinds of causes and conditions. We won't force you. But if you do have faith, some of us now do not have very, very strong faith, and some truly do not know. In the past, we didn't know about these theories. In Tibet, many people have this faith in Guru Rinpoche, and it is extremely sincere. But now, some young people, even among Tibetans, there are very few who pray to Guru Rinpoche. So in the biography of Guru Rinpoche, it is also mentioned that if in this world, the number of people who pray to him keeps increasing, then the disasters in the world will become fewer and fewer, and the overall happiness index in people's hearts will continue to keep rising. If we all abandon this and have absolutely nothing, who truly suffers the loss? It is we sentient beings ourselves. Padmasambhava has already attained enlightenment, so if you abandon him, it does him no harm. That's why I often think about this. Nowadays, all the sources of Dharma in Tibet, at that time, Guru Rinpoche, if he hadn't subdued the local spirits and deities of Tibet, how could this once barbaric land have the Dharma it has today? How could there be so many devoted people who aren't even afraid of altitude sickness on the way, and then they arrive in Tibet? Actually, many people around the world really like Mount Everest, the highest peak. But in fact, Mount Everest is not that important. But there is indeed a spiritual standard, a profound level, even higher than Mount Everest itself, which should undoubtedly be the esoteric Buddhism, the Vajrayana tradition of Tibet. Whether people like this esoteric tradition or not, it truly has a very profound and deep meaning. Encountering it is indeed a great blessing, a wonderful fortune. Nowadays, for example, when people win the lottery or come into some kind of wealth, they all say, wow, I'm so lucky today. These may be a kind of luck, but personally, I think yesterday some of our fellow Buddhists were also saying they feel that encountering the true esoteric teachings in this lifetime is already an honor and more than enough. I think some of these words come from the heart. I believe that many Dharma friends here do not cherish what they have. Today they study this, tomorrow they study that, and in the end they accomplish nothing. As for myself, I have never thought about switching to another religion or learning something entirely new. In what I have carefully studied, I should certainly say that what I have truly gained and acquired is invaluable. Such a genuine Dharma possesses tremendous blessings and liberating power. This is the authentic Dharma I am referring to. But throughout my life, I have devoted myself wholeheartedly to practice. So today, as I emphasize this point again and again, it is truly crucial that everyone profoundly understands and deeply appreciates the extraordinary and immense blessings of Guru Padmasambhava. For all of us, these powerful and significant blessings play a truly tremendous and pivotal role in our spiritual journey and ultimate attainment. At first, you may not be very familiar with Guru Rinpoche, but as you gradually read through some of his extensive and detailed biographies, you will find and see that in many schools in the United States, they are all studying Guru Padmasambhava, as well as some biographies of Dakini Yeshe Tsogyal. But they have been continuously researching these as well. But here on our side, even some university religious studies departments are quite lacking in this area. Logically speaking, if we were to learn about this here, it would be much easier than in Western countries. From the Han region to here, it is especially very easy to get to. To go to Tibet and learn about Guru Padmasambhava, the sacred sites he blessed at that time, and the precious Terma treasures he carefully concealed are now kept in various monasteries, accumulating in vast quantities, truly piled up like mountains, an astonishingly great number of them. If you truly have knowledge in this area, once you start to understand, it really is remarkable. A couple of days ago, I looked at some of the Terma treasures hidden by Guru Padmasambhava, including those revealed by some of our distinguished lineage masters. The more I look, the more I feel that in this current degenerate age, there are such truly wonderful and potent spiritual medicines in the world that can heal and uplift the soul. But how many people in the world can truly benefit from them? I often ask myself, and I still truly feel that I am incredibly fortunate. This is certainly not to say that I am trying to advertise something to you at all. It's not like that. Honestly, this comes from the heart. I especially hope that many Buddhists, if they want their own practice to go smoothly in all aspects, might need a kind of a necessary secure safety belt device. So if you don't have one, when you encounter the unexpected situation, and in pressing and urgent situations, when individuals are compelled to resort to employing various other methods, even though these might be considered established methods, they may not necessarily prove to be particularly effective. In my own personal view, practitioners who devoutly pray to Guru Rinpoche are consistently and profoundly joyful. At the same time, their spiritual practice should be cultivated in such a way that no matter what challenging afflictions, difficulties, or obstacles they may encounter in their lives, and in terms of transforming suffering into the path, they receive extraordinary blessings. This is not because I myself study Vajrayana Buddhism and therefore speak of Guru Rinpoche in this way. What is my purpose? I truly have great faith in Guru Rinpoche and the truly profound Dzogchen teachings that he revealed to the world. Over all these years, I myself, to some extent, have been able to grasp a bit of their truly essential and fundamental points and have consequently gained profound understanding from them. In this entire process, I have come to deeply feel that this particular kind of spirit is indeed exceptionally rare in any contemporary philosophy that exists today. It is extremely uncommon. Therefore, I also strongly encourage everyone to try to understand this particular aspect very well to really grasp why it matters. At the same time, whenever you have time, even if it's just reciting the sacred 7-line prayer 3 times each day, chanting Guru Rinpoche's powerful mantra 100 times, this too is a profound way of expressing your deep faith in Guru Rinpoche. In fact, when it comes to our yidam, personal deity, it's truly important to maintain a connection through our own actions. For example, between people, if we never speak or call each other over a period of time, then after a long time, at a certain point, we may eventually end up as complete and utter strangers to each other. It's just like that. So when it comes to our personal yidam, our chosen deity, from a worldly perspective, this is a kind of emotional exchange, but in reality, it is still truly necessary. As ordinary beings we should frequently pray to our yidam with our own faith. By doing so, the blessings of the yidam's body, speech, and mind will merge with you, and your own practice will also become complete. In the end, the wisdom of the Guru and yidam truly merges into your mind, and when the Guru's blessings merge into your mind, what situations can truly be said to have gone exactly according to your wishes and expectations? I genuinely do not know exactly how long I have been speaking today. That's probably all for now.
Om Bandhara Padmasambhava